José Ervin Jr. and his wife, Sierra Ervin, went viral in 2023 for sharing the same birthday as each other and their twins. Jose and Sierra were both born on August 18th, just 1 year apart, and on the same day in 2023, they welcomed their beautiful twins, Aria and Jose Ervin III, into the world. Jose had celebrated his college graduation in February 2024 with a degree in building maintenance and was set to start work in a welding program on October 14th. Jose and Sierra got married in a large ceremony at Lee Seville Baptist Church in Cleveland, Ohio, on June 22, 2024. The couple, who is pregnant with their third child together, had recently put down a deposit on a home in Parma, Ohio. They had already selected a name for the baby, Terry for a girl or a boy, after both Jose's grandfather and aunt. He also started up his own business, a HVAC building maintenance company. Banking on his third child being a boy, he had named the startup Jose and Sons. Jose's sister said that all her brother wanted was to be a father. She said that he had settled naturally into fatherhood. On October 4th, 2024, just 2 months after celebrating a family of 4 joint birthday, the first birthday of their twins, Jose was gunned down and shot multiple times at a Dunkin' Donuts on Turney Road in Garfield Heights, Ohio. Jose was out with his best friend at a local bar when they left in the early morning hours of October 4th, before heading to a gas station. Surveillance video shows Jose ordering food and drinks at the window before approaching a group of people and asking for a cigarette. The police believe Jose knew the 2 women who he asked for the cigarette from. An argument erupted between Jose and the man that was with the 2 women. In the surveillance video, the man can be seen wearing a white shirt. The 2 women attempted to intervene, but the confrontation only escalated when the man in the white shirt pulled out a gun from his bag. Jose's friend ran towards the store, while the man ran away into the night across Turney Road. The man in the white shirt ran after Jose while firing multiple gunshots in Jose's direction. Jose was eventually hit, and he fell on a curb in front of Dunkin' Donuts. The unknown man in the white shirt and the 2 women got into their car and drove off. Jose was transported to Marymount Hospital for treatment, but his injuries were severe, and he succumbed to his injuries soon after. His injuries included a gunshot wound to the head. The Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner's Office confirmed that Jose was shot multiple times, sustaining wounds to the head, trunk, and right upper extremity, with injury of the cervical spine and aorta. His demise was ruled a slaying. Jose's family and the police urged the person responsible to turn himself in. Sierra said in a statement, "It's been hell, it has, because it's like my worst nightmare come to reality. This is my biggest fear, and I'm forced to live in it." She continued, "We just got married in June. We did not even get to be married for 6 months. They do not have the right to steal a life. We are not God. We do not have that right." A few days after the fatal shooting, the suspect in the shooting was arrested. 29-year-old Wanyai Arrington was arrested in Columbus, Ohio on October 15th, 2024. He was charged with slaying on the 18th. He was being held on a $10 million bond at the Cuyahoga County Jail. The trial was set to start on October 21st, 2024. Arrington was indicted on the charges of aggravated slaying, felonious assault, and having weapons while under disability for the slaying of Jose. Jose's mother, Rhonda Wiley Ervin, said in a statement, "My son was begging. My son was saying, 'Don't do this, don't shoot me, man.' And he did it anyway. They did it anyway." Jose was one of 3 children. He was the only son. His sisters loved him very much and described him as a thoughtful and caring person. His sister said that he was the light in their lives. His mother said that he was her world. She said in a statement, "He was everything to me. When I would go to work, he would walk me to the bus stop and he would tell me, 'Mommy, I love you so much.'" On October 25th, Arrington's bond was set at $1 million. He is expected to be back in court in 2 weeks' time. In an interview shortly after the twins were born, Jose said that he was looking forward to one big celebration for the family of 4's joint birthday. His sister said that he got that wish before he lost his life. They celebrated their birthdays on August 18th with an hours-long family party, complete with a vanilla buttercream cake coated in rainbow sprinkles. His sister added, "I genuinely think for Jose, this party was one for the books." 25-year-old Marbella Martinez had started working as a corrections officer with the Salt Lake County Sheriff's Office in January 2024. She lived with her father, Hector Martinez Ayala, in Towel, west of Salt Lake City, in Utah, until her father's escalating series of obsessive texting, surveillance, and stalking drove her to move into a hotel for a few days. In February, Marbella found a bag of her items, including used feminine hygiene supplies, in her father's room. She also found a bag of her underwear in his room. His stalking behavior had gone on for months, and he had sent text messages to her that made him sound more like a jealous lover than a father. In mid-July, her father placed a tracking device on her car while she was out of the country. He later used the tracking device to find her and a romantic interest out by a hiking area. According to Marbella's mother, Barbara Jimenez, who lives in Belize, Marbella had a disagreement with her dad on July 30th, though Barbara was not sure what it was about. The next day, when Marbella returned to their house, she got into an argument with her father. Marbella told her mom she was not feeling well and was going to call in sick for work. Barbara said the last text message she received from Marbella was around 2 p.m. Barbara grew concerned a few hours later and contacted her ex-husband, who at first told her that Marbella was at work. He then started to avoid her messages. Hector responded and said that he is busy, and he would call her back later. He then stopped answering. Barbara tried all night trying to contact them, but with no luck. She then called Hector's brother, who lives in Salt Lake County. He promised to drive to Towel to go and check on the pair. When his brother got to the house, everything was locked. He told her to give him 30 minutes. Soon after, Barbara received the call that the police had discovered Marbella deceased in her bedroom and that there was no sign of Hector. Barbara said she knew Hector was the one responsible. She said, "And I know Hector did something to her. He has a temper sometimes. We know he ended her life. I just want justice for my daughter. She was beautiful and kind and had the rest of her life to live." The Toole Police Department confirmed Marbella was found deceased inside her home in the area of 1220 East 970 North, after officers responded to a welfare check called in by her uncle around 8:20 a.m. on August 1st. The police said that there were no gunshots or incidents reported the night before that would lead them to think something had happened inside the home. Corporal Bentley with Toole Police said that they are waiting for test results to determine a cause of demise. Marbella's demise is being investigated as suspicious, and 54-year-old Hector is named a person of interest. The police determined that when Marbella returned to her home on the morning of July 31st, her father strangled her. Documents stated that any video from the home cameras after Hector's arrival at 2:17 p.m. on July 31st was deleted or never existed because of the disabling of the cameras after his arrival. But Hector left plenty of digital footprints, including location data on his phone and his daughter's phone, as well as a text message to his brother that afternoon. The text message read, "My brother, you know how much I love you. I made a big mistake, an unforgivable sin. Now I'm too scared and I don't know what to do. I think I will never come back." He flew to California, then Texas, before his cell record ceased. He was then filmed passing through customs in an undisclosed country where he used his brother's identification. Marbella's phone was later found on the side of Interstate 80 eastbound. In addition to slaying, Hector is charged with felonies related to obstruction of justice, stealing a bank card, and stalking, as well as misdemeanor identity theft. In the days leading up to her slaying, he reportedly stole his daughter's credit card and made 2 separate cash withdrawals of $500 each. Marbella Martinez is absolutely heartbroken. She said she and her sister were born only 1 year apart and grew up as if they were twins. Marbella said, "Me and my sister were very close. We talked every single day, and she would always tell me everything. Not a day would go by that we did not talk." Marbella watched her older sister fulfill her dream in January by becoming a corrections officer with the Salt Lake County Sheriff's Office. Marbella said becoming a police officer would make her feel more independent, and she would feel more in control of her life. Marbella said Marbella and their father had a complicated relationship. All she knows is that he was controlling and manipulative. Marbella said, "Losing her is definitely the worst thing that has ever happened to me. I could not believe the man who gave birth to us was responsible for her demise." The current location of Hector is unknown. Police believe he is out of the country. Corporal Bentley said, We as a department are working with numerous agencies around the clock to bring Hector into custody for what he did. As we strive to give Deputy Marbella Martinez the justice she is owed, we plead with anyone who may have helpful information or who may be actively helping hide Hector to do the right thing and help us bring Hector into custody for what he did.